Live and work in Australia, permanently. Do you wish to live and work in Australia permanently? If yes, this video is for you, because we are going to talk about the ultimate visa option for you to get nominated by an Australian employer and migrate to Australia on a permanent basis. Have you applied for an Australian visa yet? Let us know in the comments. The Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 186 visa allows skilled workers nominated by Australian employers to permanently reside and start employment in Australia. The three streams included in this visa are as follows. 1. Direct entry stream. 2. Labour agreement stream. 3. Residence transition stream. The labour agreement stream is a good option for those whose existing or future employers find a labour agreement favourable. In case you don't know, labour agreements refer to a deal between the Government of Australia and Australian organisations, allowing employers to sponsor foreign skilled workers to fill the gaps in the labour market. What's important to note here is that there are 5 different types of labour agreements, and the employer sponsoring you in Australia must be a part of either one if they wish to nominate you for Australian immigration through the labour agreement stream. Here's a list of all 5 labour agreements. Industry labour agreements. Company-specific labour agreements. Project agreements. Global talent employer-sponsored agreements. Designated area migration agreements. For more information regarding the existing labour agreements, you can visit the official website of the Department of Home Affairs. Eligibility requirements for the labour agreement visa, subclass 186. There are a few requirements a person applying for the labour agreement visa has to fulfill, so let's talk about them to help you understand. For starters, you have to work for an employer under a labour agreement. Must possess the appropriate English language skills, work experience, and other expertise required to fill the position. Should be registered, licensed, or a part of a professional body if required by the state or territory the individual is employed in. Needs to be nominated by an Australian employer legally operating a business in Australia while being in the favour of a labour agreement. Should be below the age of 45 years at the time of submitting the application, unless the labour agreement has an exception. Those who are in Australia must have a subclass 482 visa issued, as per a labour agreement. Again, you can refer to the Department of Home Affairs website for more details about the eligibility. How long can a labour agreement visa holder live in Australia? Since it is a permanent visa, you can keep living in Australia permanently. That's right. Anyone who is issued a labour agreement visa 186 becomes a permanent resident in Australia. Plus, you can go for Australian citizenship once you have fulfilled all the following eligibility requirements. You are an Australian permanent resident. You have been living in Australia for 4 consecutive years, while being away for a period of fewer than 12 months. You have been living in Australia as a permanent visa holder for the last 12 months, while being away for a period of fewer than 90 days. You have proved yourself as someone with a good character. You are fully aware of your privileges and responsibilities as an Australian citizen. You wish to live in Australia or develop a close connection with the country. Your journey towards becoming an Australian citizen begins when you enter Australia on a permanent visa. However, if you are in Australia when your permanent visa is issued, you are already on your way to acquiring Australian citizenship. Can an application for the labor agreement visa include family members? You have two options: include your family members at the time of submitting your application, or add them to your application after applying. Although, make sure you add your family members before the visa is issued. This condition applies to the following family members: applicant's spouse or partner, applicants or their partner's children aged below 18 years, applicants or their partner's grandchildren, applicants or their partner's adult dependent children aged from 18 to 23 years. It is important to include every family member in your application, even if they are not applying for the visa. This is because they could be needed to fulfill the health and character requirements. Needless to say, family members applying for the visa with you must fulfill the health and character requirements. We have reached the end of today's video update. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Thanks for watching.